Pusarla Venkata Sindhu, she has made the nation proud, settling for a silver, bagging a silver for the first time. A woman has done that for that country, for our country, and it was a hard-fought match. It went to the 3 sets. The decider, of course, going in favor of Spain's Carolina Marin, the world #1. And we're bringing you these final moments of, in fact, that's the first set that Sindhu had won. Those pictures coming in from the first set. It was a closely fought first set. Even in the first set, Sindhu had trailed, but then she came back and won it. The next 2 sets went to Carolina Marin. Let's go across to my colleague Tejinder Singh, who's joining us from Rio. Tejinder, must have been quite an experience to witness that match. We have settled for the silver. PV Sindhu has made us proud, and she really fought really hard to win that silver as well, although it was assured, and she tried really hard to get the gold. Just tell us about what it has been like as far as her entire journey for that gold, which just stopped short of that last match, really has been.
Well, it was a very well fought match by PV Sindhu, although she was not able to win that match. Carolina played brilliantly, especially in the second game. So it was a treat to watch this match. I'm thankful to Doordarshan to giving me this opportunity to cover this event and watching this historic match. India's got silver. This is the first time in badminton India's got a silver. And let's take you to the matches. It was the first game when Carolina started brilliantly, but then the score was 16-19 in favor, 19-16 in favor of Carolina. But then a strong comeback was made by PV Sindhu, as she promised yesterday that she will not leave any stone unturned and will try to fight this match till the end. So there she won the first game. But then in the second game, Carolina played very well. Her judgment was very good. She was playing well on the net. Her smashes were good, and so there 21-12 was the score in the second game, and Carolina won. The score was 1-1 for the game. Then it was very difficult for PV Sindhu to come back in the third game after losing the second game by such a big margin. But then she made a comeback, although in the starting score was 4-1 in favor of Carolina, but she brought it back to 10-10, and the match was even. But then Carolina played some very good shots, and she was ahead after that, and finally she won this gold medal match. But the PV Sindhu will have to be proud by this girl, the way she performed before these Olympics. Not much people were giving her the chance to be in the finals of the badminton, but she proved why when the big occasions come, she is the one who can deliver. She has won 2 bronze medals in World Championship, and now after beating such good players, Tai Jan, Jihan Wang, Okuhara from Japan, she made her way into the finals. Although she could not win the final, but a great performance by this girl here, and India has got silver.
Just stay with us, Tejinder. Let's just acquaint our viewers with what Prime Minister Modi has said. You can read that tweet on the screen. PM Modi saying, "Congrats for the silver, PV Sindhu. Very well fought. Your accomplishment at Rio 2016 is historic and will be remembered for years." That's Prime Minister Modi's reaction to PV Sindhu winning that silver for India, joining Sakshi Malik's bronze in that medals tally for the country. Carolina Marin of Spain winning that gold. Let's go across to Aisha Khanam, my colleague in Bangalore now. She's been tracking as far as all the excitement at that academy is concerned of her coach Gopi Chanda. Aisha, just tell us, it must have been quite an atmosphere there at the academy, and the final moments of that match must have been nerve-wracking.
Well, Gautam, I am here at Bangalore, Prakash Padukone's academy, where PV Sindhu had trained here for some time and for a short while. And later on, she again started training with Pulela Gopichand Academy at Hyderabad. But here, all those people who know PV Sindhu were watching her match very closely, and they were watching each point intensely, and they were very excited and rooting for gold. But PV Sindhu is a winner because she has created history. She has brought silver to the country. Remember, last Olympics, Saina Nehwal, who trained in this very academy, Prakash Padukone Academy, she brought bronze medal to the country, and this is silver. So obviously, it is obviously PV Sindhu is a winner, and all those young players here who train here and who have trained with her sometime are happy about this fact. Obviously, the gold was not, I mean, it was hard luck today for PV Sindhu. So what went wrong? What do you think? What went wrong?
All right, we're getting live pictures to you from Rio right now. The medal is about to be given. PV Sindhu there in the blues, India's blues, about to get the silver medal.
Nozomi Okuhara, the first ever singles player from Japan to win an Olympic medal. The medal presented by Juan Antonio Samaranch, and the memento by Mr. David Cabello, Executive Board member of the BWF. Kusala Venkata Sindhu, Olympic silver medalist, her first ever silver medal for a female athlete from India in any sport, in any discipline. And only the fifth medalist, female medalist from her country. Carolina Marin of Spain adds the Olympic title to her 2 world titles. What an achievement.
How do you feel? What do you
next time.
Right now, pictures from Hyderabad.
Yeah, she definitely won. Hearts of all the Indians. She is the youngest women player to win silver medal. So we are happy, but we congratulate Marin. She played extraordinary game today. So Sindhu, she played little dull. So.
But did you speak to her today or yesterday?
Morning we spoke to Sindhu, so she told she'll give her 100%. But every day we can't expect same way of game. So
what did you say today morning? Can you speak?
She was okay. She told she'll give her 100%.
Yeah, Lakshmi.
First of all, hat-trick on India. She did a good job, but definitely today she's not up to the mark, I felt. But till yesterday, what she played, If she would have played that, she would have definitely won. But all said and done, silver medal, I think it's a proud moment to India. And I really appreciate coach's job and his parents' job and Gopichan Academy. Thank you.
Also, we saw a lot of young children coming here and seeing. Do you think now the new generation, like if she's like an inspiration, a lot of young talent will come more to badminton?
Definitely, there are a lot of youngsters who will come up, and definitely in the next coming years, they will be there in the Olympics, and maybe next time we'll go for gold.
Hyderabad is the badminton hub now.
Definitely, Hyderabad is the badminton hub, and it's going to stay like this forever.
What do you have to tell all Indians who are proud of Sindhu?
They heard some of the reactions coming from Hyderabad. Vijaya, the mother of PV Sindhu, really pleased with that result. We all wished that it would be gold, but let me just tell you that the sight that you saw in Rio just before that, when PV Sindhu got that silver medal, has been a sight for sore eyes for ever since the Olympic began, because she's become the first woman ever from India to get a silver medal as well. So that's huge, that's tremendous. And my colleague Anil Thomas joins us now, sports correspondent. Anil, that is something that's the biggest takeaway perhaps for, ever since the Olympics have been played as far as Rio is concerned for India.
Well, exactly. She's the first silver medalist for India, and she's also the youngest silver medalist ever to come from India. The first, she at 21, she's the youngest ever silver medalist for India. So that's great news, and it's also surprising that you don't see a Chinese player on the podium. In 2012, 4 years back, when Saina won it, you had two Chinese players along with Saina there on the podium. But this time around, the Chinese have been wiped out. You've got one player from Japan, one player from Spain, and one player from India there. India managing to repeat itself on the podium, and this time going one notch ahead with a silver medal. But all in all, I would say she's lost the battle, but then she's won hearts with a performance. A 3-game battle against Carolina Marin. Not many expected her to, withstand that pressure. She withstood it till the end, but in the end, I would say the world #1 showed why she is world #1, and that's the reason why she is called the Lady Nadal of badminton. The class that she showed there, but then full marks to Sindhu, the way she fought around, and she took this game to the 3rd game. And in the end, it was Marin who had the last laugh. But I think Sindhu, with the performance, has won hearts, and people will remember this battle for a very, very long time.
Oh yes, and the fact that even in that first set she came back to win it speaks a lot about her mental strength. So it just seemed that Carolina Marin was the better player on the day.
Well, exactly. If you see, there are two instances that you can draw from this particular outing. The opening game, where Marin had a 19-16 lead, but Sindhu showed courage, and Sindhu showed how she changed gears from being on the defensive to going on the offensive, picking up the next 5 points and sealing that opening game 21-19. Marin did not let go that opportunity that would been wasted in the opening game. She came back strongly. She started off with she was in a hurry to finish things up. She knew that if he would give Sindhu some time there in the middle, Sindhu could, stage that comeback again. And she never let Sindhu come back in that second game. Always kept an 8-point advantage. Yeah. Over Sindhu, and Sindhu failed to bounce back in game 2. Game 3 too, there was an opportunity where she had opened an early lead of 5-1, and at one point of time it looked like the match would slip away, but Sindhu had managed to claw things back, draw level things at 10-10, where she had managed to win 5 points in a row. There were opportunities that came her way. I think Carolina Marin surely stamped her class, and as compared to the other two players that she had beaten, Vian Wang of China in the quarterfinals and also Okuhara in the semi-finals, those were players that suited Sindhu's style of play. Marin was a player that was deceptive, either in the forehand or also in the backhand. Not only that, she played to Sindhu's strengths. So, Sindhu didn't have a counter-attack or a counter-punching that was expected from her. Caroline looked lost in that opening game after the 21-19 loss.
At this point, I'd like to bring in our guests as well. Dinesh Khanna, India's first Asian badminton champ, and Rakesh Rao, sports correspondent of The Hindu, in our studios. Thank you for joining us this historic evening. Dinesh Khanna, what do you make of the way first Sindhu fought in this particular match? In fact, through these games that she's played, because she did kill giants to get here.
Through the tournament, in fact, through the tournament. I would say it's a absolutely historic victory, and her getting a silver medal. And even in the finals, She showed her fighting qualities. In the first game, she was down 6-12, then she was trailing 16-19, and from there she came back. And of course, second and third game, Carolina Marin, up the pace and played very consistently and kept on the attack in her own hands, and finally won the match. I would say PV Sindhu did not show any signs of nerves. She played, I would say she played her the best that she possibly could in this tournament, and that is what is to be admired, because Carolina Marin has been is a world champion. She has been All England champion, so she has been on this stage number of times.
Yes.
While for PV Sindhu, it was the first time that she was on this kind of a big stage. She has never even gone to the finals of any of these Premier Super Series. So therefore, I mean, she didn't seem under any pressure. She Sindhu, I think, played almost her to her capacity and capability and her best.
Okay, I'll come to you as well, Rakesh, but let me quickly go across to my colleague Alok, who is in New Delhi, and it has been a day where people have been glued to television sets as well, and everybody has something to say about this match where PV Sindhu's got that silver. Alok, what do you have?
देखिए, जो फाइटिंग स्पिरिट दिखलाया यहाँ पे जितने भी लोग थे उन लोगों का दिल जीत लिया सिंधु ने। भले ही वो मैच हार गए, लेकिन पहला सेट जिस तरीके से उन्होंने जीता, और उसके बाद कैरोलिन जो नंबर 1 खिलाड़ी हैं वो हावी रही। लेकिन जो दर्शक थे, खासकर मैं इन दोनों से बात करूंगा, इन्होंने अपना जगह नहीं छोड़ा। वो एक ही जगह पे रहेगी कि जब सिंधु पहला सेट उन्होंने जीता। सर, सिंधु के खेल के बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे? हम आपसे ही बैंड अप करेंगे।
बहुत ही बढ़िया खेला उन्होंने। हम तो चाहते थे कि वो गोल्ड जीते, लेकिन कोई बात नहीं, उन्होंने सिल्वर तो मिला ही है उनको। वी आर वेरी प्राउड दैट शी स्टिल वन द सिल्वर मेडल।
आपको लगता है मैडम कि सिंधु और पैदा हो और जो पहलवान हमारे जीत के आए हैं गोल्ड मेडल?
हम तो ऑलरेडी अपने डॉटर में सिंधु को देखना चाहते हैं। दैट्स द रीजन वी आर हियर, और हम लोग सब साथ में आए कि इसका भी इंस्पिरेशन बढ़े, एंड वी वांट लॉट्स ऑफ सिंधुस फ्रॉम इंडिया। यस, शी इज डन अस प्राउड।
तो इसी ये आपने देखा कि जब तक भारत ये राष्ट्रधुन नहीं बजा, जब पोडियम आया और गोल्ड मेडल, और जब से सिल्वर मेडल के लिए हम सिंधु आए, पूरा यहाँ का जो हुजूम था वो चिल्लाने लगा, और सिंधु को तो बधाई दिया है उन्होंने, कैरोलिन को भी उन्होंने बधाई दी। और सबसे बड़ी बात जो दर्शकों ने यहाँ पर देखा कि जिस तरीके से वो रोने लगी मैच जीतने के बाद, तो उसको ढाढ़स बधाने के लिए पराजित होकर के भी वहाँ पर जिस तरीके से सिंधु गई, उनको गले लगाया, तो खेल भावना का जो परिचय दिखलाया, ये भी यहाँ के लोगों को बहुत दिनों तक याद रहेगा, हिंदुस्तान के लोगों को बहुत दिन तक याद रहेगा। जी,
she's definitely ruling all our hearts at this moment. Alok, thank you so much for joining us with those views of the people that they now see their daughters emulating Sindhu in whichever field that they might choose. The children are and should be free to do that, but of course that aspiration of excelling, great source of inspiration, PV Sindhu there. Rakesh, do you feel that this is something that she has given us at this moment, and it's a moment that will be cherished for a long, long time to come?
Absolutely. See, what Sindhu has given you is something which was totally unexpected. When she left for Rio, nobody really thought that, Sindhu could go all the way. And given her kind of draw, because see, everything was actually dependent, everybody was expecting Saina to do the job.
Yes.
But this time with Saina's early exit, and we were starved of a single medal right through. And then from nowhere, this girl day after day comes out there and performs. And performing and punching above her weight. And just imagine if you can beat 3 top 10 players in 3 days. And that too in straight games. I mean, give it to her. And one of her victims included the world number 2, who was here to ensure that, she was just trying to win back at least one medal, because last time she finished second best. But this time she didn't allow her to play. Now, if you can beat Wang Yihan, and another girl, most of the people don't realize this. Tai Tzu Ying has beaten Saina Nehwal 6 out of 6 times in the last 41 months. And nobody realizes how difficult it is to beat. But Sindhu showed the way. Look, this is the way you have to beat these players. And, overall, if you just look at, if you put things in perspective, and what we see here is a girl who's ranked 10th in the world. When she went into this, match against a 2-time current world champion, what are the odds here? You have to give it to the champion and say, look, you are the better player. And what happens? Down 6-12, down 16-19, she comes up from nowhere and says, look, I'm here to win. Thereafter, of course, Marin just shifts a gear, plays at a level which you normally don't get to see in women's badminton. She upped the pace so much, and you know, even in the third game, you saw the rallies were quick and fast. I mean, you know, it was something like you don't normally see that pace, and for Sindhu to match that pace, you have to again give it to her. She raised the bar. Probably she's played the best badminton of her life, and if that means that she couldn't win the gold, she has to settle for the silver. I think it's a great bargain. No shame in losing to the best player in the world, and all credit to our champion.
Dinesh, do you feel that apart from what Rakesh said about the superiority, the superhuman effort that Marin seemed to have brought to this particular match, even her challenges, her judgment was spot on, and Sindhu, because of that also, you know, there was a bit of a deficit there.
Judgment is a very important part as far as badminton is concerned, and it's a very vital part, and to judge correctly, I think, can make a world of difference, you know, between winning and losing, and particularly when it comes at crucial times. So judgment is a very important part, and as Rakesh said, that the kind of display that PV Sindhu gave in these Olympics is absolutely heartwarming. Right from the group matches itself, she had such a tough draw, and against Tai Tzu Ying is a very tricky player. And I found that PV Sindhu has added another dimension to her game. Earlier she was only comfortable when she was attacking, but now she can rally, she can also defend, and she can also retrieve some of the very difficult shots which she displayed against Tai Tzu Ying, because Tai Tzu Ying is a very tricky player. She's a deceptive player, so she keeps you on the wrong foot and you have to retrieve against her. Possibly earlier Sindhu was not able to do that. So that's another very important dimension which has been added to
We
her
will
game.
be talking about that further, you know, how Sindhu has come a long way from the kind of player that she was in a very short span of time. That's what everyone is saying. Let's just also bring to you what President Pranab Mukherjee has said as far as Sindhu's achievement is concerned. He has in fact tweeted, and if you look at it, it says, "Great game played with grit. Hearty congrats PV Sindhu on creating history by winning for India Olympic silver medal." And that's the President hailing Sindhu's victory. We're taking a very short break at this point. We'll be talking about Sindhu's silver medal. That's a big one in